Okay, so this looks like a pretty nice place to camp. Although I've been here before. There's quite a bit of traffic going by out here, but back in there won't be. So I'm going to camp there, I believe. So I found my campsite. I'm down off of this mountain here. This is supposedly, I don't know exactly which one, is the tallest mountain in this area of Arizona. On the top of it is an observatory sponsored by the Smithsonian long ago in the 1940s, I believe, or even earlier, I don't know when. And up in this direction is a trailhead to hike up to that. And you know doggone well, I ain't going up there. But this is all open BLM land, and I can camp here. And right now there's a lot of traffic going by. It's kind of noisy, but this is Friday evening. This is Friday the 31st of October, 2025. And just on my way back from Phoenix, and I'm going to camp here. I'm going to see if I feel like staying here for 2 nights. I'm going to set up the tent and kick back and enjoy this cool weather. Finally, it's here. I can camp out and survive the heat in the daytime. That's the theory, at least. We'll see. So, more later. And now you just tighten it up and strap it down. Whew! But I'm going to take a break. A long earn break. That only took me, well, it's a secret for now. I'll tell you later. Okay then. To the best of my recollection, it took me 38 seconds to put that tent up. So you can just verify it on the lapse time of the video. The first part, or the second part. Some of them parts, maybe not. It took me a lot longer after setting it up to get it dialed in a little bit better. But that part of it is easy. That you can do that at your leisure. I wanted to get it up. Well, I still can. All right, don't make fun of me. There's no wind. It's perfect weather to set it up. The sun has just set below the mountains. Yeah, it's a pretty nice little sunset. It's nothing to write home about, but you can send a video. It's over there. Let's see if I can do this right. It's always more beautiful than the camera lets on, but everybody knows how that is. Yeah, but it's beautiful out here anyway. Boy, this is good. This is a good plan. Who thought of this? This is good. I did not bring my diesel heater. I got a sleeping bag that's probably rated down to, I don't know, at least 32 degrees, probably more. And then sleeping inside, that's even better than, maybe down to 20 degrees. And it is just not needed yet. So I got more room and I don't have to deal with the whole diesel fuel thing. And that's good. I don't want to deal with that all the time if I don't have to. So I'm going to sit here and think about it. All right? Okay. Good morning. It's Saturday, November 1st, 2025. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. The sun is up, but it's still behind that mountain over there. These mountains are strange things. Sometimes they're in the sun, like looking back in the other direction. That one's totally in the sun. If you were over there, you'd just be warming up nice like a lizard. Crawl out on them rocks over there. But I'm still in the shade of this one. And I think I'll take a hike today. Of course, I'm not hiking up one of those mountains, but I might hike over to it. There is a base camp over there for the hike up the mountain. They've got it maintained. That's what this whole thing is about here. And a few people come here. There's tire tracks. People park or camp here. I noticed that last time. This is just a little high spot on the way to the back there. It's amazing to me. They do things to the landscape out here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's what looks like to be an artificial. It's not a road. They put these berms to control the water flow. And there's a swale, I suppose, a catchment that it leads to. I think that's what that is. That dirt pile over there is a dugout spot to slow the water flow and catch it, to guide it as it comes off the mountains, and keep it in the desert, I guess, for as long as they can, which is a pretty smart thing, I guess, if they can. It's just that this is such a huge area. All this BLM land, it's millions of acres, and they do that too. It's maintained. When they got enough people, I guess. Now, I guess some of this stuff, I don't know how long it's been around, but if it was around, for instance, the organization, the Bureau of Land Management, back in World War II, they would have had limitless money. If it was for national defense, they would do projects. And or during the Depression, they had to work, the CC, I think that's what it was called, work. People worked for pay, were out of work, and they'd get thousands of people out doing jobs like this, just working the land, the parks, and I don't know what I'm talking about. See, I wake up this way. This is just me, exercising my right to be wrong.
Come on, son. I want you to hit me and warm me up. I know you can do it. I'm waiting for you. Any minute now. Any minute now. It's just up there at the peak of that mountain. Pardon the camera unsteady use, but I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. Watching and listening to these trucks race by. It always amazes me, people driving, but I won't get started on that. I think that's good enough for now. I'm gonna go on about my business, and I'll catch up with you later.
Well, that finally worked. I'm gonna take a hike. These flies are driving me nuts. Somehow they're attracted to that white van. So I'm just gonna pick up my backpack, a little bit of water. I'm gonna hike on off to the distance. Maybe I'll get it all the way to the trailhead. This is all, I'm gonna stay on the flats, on the flat land here. Got to get situated still. There we go. Now it's all good. Oh, I was wrong because the flies are following me. There's some kind of hoofed track. Small hoofs. Donkey maybe. Small donkeys. Oh, big big cat tracks that way. Yeah. Yeah, there's flies. Flies all about. And it's hot. I had intended to get up this morning and go hiking before it got hot, but I had chores to do and it took me too long, and I thought I'd wait for the afternoon, and I probably should have waited a little bit longer. Should have waited until 3 o'clock, right at the hottest point of the day. Yeah, that's about how I do things. But anyhow, it's hotter than I expected it to be today. It's been cold, been cool. I didn't sleep at all well last night. I was aggravated all day and afternoon from after the trip I made and just couldn't shut down. So, I'm going to try to make the most of it and continue. Here's a signpost up ahead, one of the BLM markers. Yeah, these are roads. Well, roads, yeah. Trail. There's a marker that says 39332A is the road. There's the marker beside me there, right there. But I'm going to go off this way because this has a marker. Somewhere there it says trail, so that's where I'm fixing to go, to the trail. Okay, and there's that berm or swale, whatever you want to call it there. The BLM management or somebody had burned it up, and you'll notice the difference, I guess, when I get up there. This is all drier, and on the other side of that, that'll be green and more lush. They guide the water so as not to waste it, I reckon. see what it looks like. And of course there will be I wonder if this is some kind of pack animal. Lots of this kind of wire along this route. There's some horseshoe tracks. There's along the top of that berm. Looking back the way I came. And then over the berm on this side of it is the continuing trail. Now I know cows are all over out here, and the big prints are probably cows. But cows don't have toes. Some of these tracks have toes. Well, no. I didn't expect this to curve back this way. I thought we were going off straight up that way, but apparently not. All right for now. (9-332B) trail. Horses and hikers. I think that means no ATVs, but this is an ATV path. Whew, it's a hot day today. I'm starting to reconsider my life choices here. Well, I have no idea where my van is. Don't even know what direction I'm looking. It's back along that road there. I just don't see it. It's down in one of the dips, I guess. Beautiful day. Bit of a breeze. It's got to be 85 degrees out here today. Wondering how far I got left to go. There are structures up here in this trailhead. Campsites and I think watering hole and vault toilets. But I don't see any evidence of it. Not yet, anyhow. Oh boy, the sign says horse trailer parking, trailhead 4 miles. You gotta be shitting me. I'm spent already. I'm gonna have to stay here a minute and think about it. Whew, it's 1:25 p.m. and it's hot. Yeah, well, I didn't have to think about that long. It is another 2 miles. So my pace, it'll take me 2 hours to get there. An hour and a half at least. So I'm just gonna head back. Oh man, I'm way off in the distance from my campsite. I see my trailer. I see my van way back there. Just a dot in the distance. Right about where that car's about to pass. Yeah. I came up in altitude quite a bit. The walk back will be easier that way. I didn't realize I was walking up so much, gaining altitude. But yeah, this was a nice walk. I sure wish I had stamina to get all the way to the trailhead. But see, then it just is a waypoint for climbing up to one of those peaks. And I know, not in this lifetime. I don't even see how anybody would get up there. Because the observatory would have to be up near one of the peaks. Way up the top. And, I mean, that's scrambling up rocks. So, valiant effort. I'm looking forward to a cold beer when I get back. That's all for now. Well, I made it back. It's 2:20 in the afternoon. That was a long, hot walk. It wouldn't have been so bad, but it was it's just too hot today. Did not expect it to be this hot. Shucks, I should have checked the phone to see how hot it is out there. I will check in a while. Right now, I don't care that much. I gotta kill a bunch of flies. I never realized flies are ubiquitous. They're everywhere. And they're just the standard house flies looking things. But they're out in the desert everywhere. Just thick as flies, man. Just uncomfortable creatures. Just, they're as bad as mosquitoes, but just in a different way. They don't draw your blood, but they try to get it. If you got a wound or they try to get in your eyes for water and moisture, and yeah, they're a nuisance. They're always desperate. They're on the hunt all the time. They're not just out here minding their own business. They're after whatever it is you got. Salt or water or flesh. Yeah, that's nasty stuff. Anyway, that was a good healthy hike. Man, I've got to get my coordinates here. Latitude and longitude to see how far that walk was. I got up to the point where it said 2 more miles to go. And I said, nope, not this old boy. I'm turning around, heading back home. So, that's all for now. Hi there. It's Saturday afternoon at 4:30. And I'm wondering if anybody else recognizes the lessons to be learned in a trip like this. Besides me, I mean, to me, it's obvious now. But the small things. I kind of pride myself on paying attention to details. But I miss things. And I missed something this time that was pretty disappointing. That sign up there, when I read it, I thought it said 4 miles. Then I said 2 miles. But it was wrong. Either way, I was wrong. It said 0.4 miles. I was just that far from being there. Come on, flies. Give me a break. Now, I am like a little bit handicapped. you wouldn't maybe recognize it as a handicap, but I've been an engineer all my professional career. And the details matter when you're an engineer. You never start a number with a decimal point. If it's less than 0, you put a 0 in front of it. So it would supposed to read 0.4. Otherwise, that's called a period. And I didn't see it. It was faded away, and it shows up in the camera in the video, and I didn't see it there as a decimal point. So it was 0.4 miles away. Never start a number with a decimal point. Okay, but anyway, that's okay. I have been there before. I know what was there. And I was pushing it as it was. So, okay, I'm trying to justify the whole thing. But these flies, they are just relentless. They're okay. And I've been all afternoon working on my concoction. Now, I have read in other people's reports, blogs, whatever, that bears don't like pine oil. Now, pine oil is distilled from the pine needles. Pine tar comes from the sap. That's different. Pine oil is a really fragrant. It used to be part of pine sol. Now it's synthetic. So, I had read where bears are averse to pine sol because of the pine oil in it. And if you wanted to keep the bears away from your food, you would spray it with pine sol. But since it doesn't really have pine oil in it anymore, I bought some pine oil and I made my own concoction of pine sol and pine oil. And thinking maybe that'll help. When I bury in a cat hole my business, I spray it with that concoction so that bears won't disturb that either. Put a rocks on it and all that stuff. Because they will dig that up if they have a choice, So, I've got a concoction of that stuff. And I'm looking, and it's soap. It's pine sol is a soapy mixture. And I know that soap really messes with insects and oil. So if you got a soapy, oily mixture and you spray it on an insect, the soap will dissolve the oil and carry the oil. And when it gets on the insect, the oil will then coat the insect. And insects breathe through little holes in their sides. They don't breathe through their mouth, I think, as far as I can remember. So that'll clog those breathing holes and suffocate insects. So I've been sitting in there all afternoon spraying these damned flies. And it's working. Trying to come up with a safe way to kill the flies. There's hundreds of them. I mean, they have an intelligence, I think. It's probably not, but it seems like they have an intelligence. You open a door and they're in there. They're waiting for you to open that door. You won't see them. You open the door and zoom. Oh, gosh darn, they've gone in there. But anyhow, I digress. Anyway, there's a lot of lessons to be learned in doing this kind of thing. Hiking and being exhausted and trying to pay attention to details when there are other things that are demanding your attention. You still have to concentrate on the important things. And
I think I'm okay in that area. I'm not the best at it. I'm not getting better at it either. That's my concern. I'm a little concerned. I'm 73 years old. So that was a good hike for me. If I did it more often, I would be able to tough it out and not. I was a little concerned. It was hotter than I expected. It was farther than I expected. I didn't recognize the terrain that I had been on before as I was walking up there. I was a little concerned that maybe I took a wrong turn. And then I started thinking about, what do I have with me? Did I really bring enough water? Which I did. I had a Camelback bladder filled, and I had 2 bottles of water, and I had food and a heater and things that I could survive. I would not be comfortable and I would not be happy out there, but still, it turns out to have been a beautiful walk, and you just look around at the landscape, and we as humans, normally, we're down at the lowest points. These roads that we're on, they're at the very lowest points. Everything else exists above us. All the life that's important to us, anyway, and all the geology that's important to us, in a certain sense, that is above us. And you don't see it crawling around on these roads going by. That's the lowest point. You got to get up and look out and get perspective of what this landscape is showing you. It has relief and altitude, and it's impressive. These mountains are impressive out here. The ones right around me are not so much. They're cool, but now these are mountains. They're getting up there. And the thing is that there's nothing on them. And they're very rugged. You get the slope gentle up to them, and then they just get craggy and go up. And I just am impressed looking at them going, I'll bet that peak right there, I bet no human being has ever climbed up to the top of that peak right there. Because it's just sheer erosion, and it's crumbling. It's not stable rock. It is eroding and causing all of this rubble that we see in the valley and filling up all of these valleys. So you'd take 1 step forward and 2 steps back trying to climb those things. Which I will regretfully probably never attempt to do. Not with my legs. My legs are often shot. I'm doing well. I have taken extra efforts to take care of my knees. From the time I was young, I knew something was up, and ever since, I've been aware that, no, I can't be wearing out my knees. They're not going to last. I'll be crippled if I don't be very careful with what I do for a living, for sports, for exercise. I just have to be careful so that they will allow me to take these walks and these hikes. Climbing up a mountain, it wouldn't take a whole lot for my knee to go sideways. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm going to stay here again tonight. There's one couple over away from me. I think I've taken their spot. It seems like they've been here before. And they had to go to the next
available spot, I think, this time. Otherwise, they would be here. But that's okay. They're perfectly happy, apparently. They get my drift. Over there in their privacy. So, and it's cooling off. There's a nice breeze out here. And all in all, things are looking up. And I shouldn't be too hard on myself because all in all, there have been no disasters on this trip. I've wasted money. I've wasted time. I could have done better. I could have seen more. I could have, would have, should have, but it's good enough. And that's all for now. I'll get back with you later, maybe. Cheeseburger in paradise. Okay. Is this thing still